I want to know, what are the types of visa? Somebody will ask, so what are the types of visa that people can apply to come to China?
Actually, there are quite a lot of types of visa. But I will say the major ones, there are student visa, and there is a family visa, there is work visa, and there is business visa, there is tourist visa, and then there is crew visa, there is group visa, there is even private visa. So there are a lot, but the main ones, they are those top 5 ones.
Hello guys, this is your boy Jake Success, and I'm back again on Son of Daniel TV. And as you know, this show is live in China, so we are going to talk about life in China. And today I want us to talk about the types of visas. I know now China has opened its borders, and there are a lot of people who wants to come to China and do whatever they want to do here, like school, do business, maybe get invitation from their loved ones. So today we have invited a very good friend of mine here to talk about the various types of visa, what you need to do with each type of visa. So guys, stay tuned, and I'll be right back after this break. Okay guys, so we are back, and now I have with me Pacific Chizere of Neza Tech. Last week, as I said, we talked about how he started his business, his tech company. But today he is here to talk about the types of visa, and he has more knowledge about the types of visa. So today we invited him here to help us talk about the types of visa. So bro, welcome to Son of Daniel TV once again.
Thank you so much.
How are you doing?
I appreciate that.
How has been the week?
Week has been I would say has been very productive.
Very productive.
Yeah, busy but productive.
That's nice. That's nice. Making more money?
Of course. I always say it's upward and forward only. We are growing day by day. There is no going backwards.
That's good. That's good.
And that's what I wish for everyone. Yeah.
That's nice. That's nice. Okay. All right. Okay. So as today we are talking about the types of visa. I know the last time when we were talking, you said you came to China through student visa, right?
Yeah.
So
I came to study.
Oh, okay. So how did you start? How did you do that process from back home?
Okay, student visa, I think each and everyone knows this process. Like for those people who came to study here, you first, of course, the passport is number one.
Okay.
And then that's, most of the people when they are starting as students, it's their first time to get a passport.
Yeah.
So, okay, so then there is this important paper called JW.
Oh, JW.
JW.
Okay.
If you don't have it, then you can't go to the Chinese embassy to get the work visa. To get the student visa.
Okay.
Yes, so you need the JW, and that's the main actually document that you need. And then you can go to the local Chinese embassy, and then they will say other requirements. I think those are easy to get.
Okay.
And some countries will ask if you have, depending if you have a scholarship or not, they may ask the proof of finances. But if you have a scholarship, some may not ask. For example, me, I was on a scholarship between China and Rwanda government, so the process was easy. They didn't ask us any proof of funds. Right, but when I was later, because I went back home and come back to do masters, at that time they asked me proof of funds.
Oh, okay.
So you see, it's kind of different. So if you're on a scholarship, they might not ask. But if you're on a scholarship, if you're on scholarship, they might not ask. But if you're not on a scholarship, they might ask.
They might ask.
Yeah. So with those two, they are the main ones. So. If you get it to the Chinese embassy, if no problem, they will give you the visa. And then you come, and usually you have 3 months. I think you enter with the 3 months, and then you can now change to the normal now student visa for long stay.
Oh, okay. So talking about the JW, where can somebody get a JW? Is it that the person has to apply the school and then get it from China, or the person has to get it in his or her own country?
Okay, so here's the thing. When you apply to the school processes your documents, and then they submit it to the Ministry of Education, because that's the way it's centralized, and then that's where they actually get that JW, and then shipped to them, and then at the end, okay, I don't know if it's the school that ships it to you back in your country, or if it's the ministry.
Oh, okay.
I don't know that part, but you have to get it physically at your home country, and then you take it physical to the embassy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Again, sometimes, depending on situations, these things might change. You know, for example, during these COVID situations, I don't know if some countries have changed, but normally in normal situations, you have to get it physically, and then you take it to the embassy back.
All right. Okay. Oh, this is good. It's good to let the people who are back in other countries know about these types of visas. And I want to know, what are the types of visas? Somebody will ask. So, what are the types of visas that people can apply to come to China?
Actually, there are quite a lot of types of visas. But I will say the major ones, there are student visa, and there is a family visa, there is work visa, and there is business visa, there is tourist visa, and then there is crew visa, there is group visa, there is even private visa. So there are a lot, but the main ones, they are those top 5 ones.
To break it down for people to understand, like the types of visa, and some of the visas, we know we have do's and then don'ts of some of the visas. Talking about the student visa. So can you tell us, because I know some people call me, Jake, I want to come to China and then school and then work. So can you talk more about the student visa, what you have to do and what you don't have to do?
Okay, yes. Actually, China, unlike other countries, because mostly in other countries you may have a student visa and you can also have a part-time job, and you combine the two. But if maybe some people are hearing us and they want to come to China and they have this
mentality,
plan, or mentality that I'm going to come to work and then study at the same time, it's a good plan, but in China it doesn't work. So when you are a student, you are expected to only focus on your studies. When it comes to work, like, the government sees that as if it's disturbing you. You are not focusing on your studies, on your studies. So it's prohibited really for people to work while they are studying. So that's the don'ts of really of the working visa. And another thing is that when you are here in China and you have a student visa, then your school has a say on it. It has a very big power on that visa. So if you misbehave a lot, they may have the power to call the immigration. You say, like, we have decided to cancel this person's visa. And it doesn't matter where you are, like in China. Normally you may think, if I have my passport, even if they call the immigration, it's okay, because I need to come, and then they stamp it. But normally the school can call, and the visa, they have this website where they publish all the news about the visa. They will give an announcement and say, okay, so we have this visa has cancelled this person, and this. We have cancelled his visa. Please report yourself to the immigration in 15 days, right? So if in those 15 days you don't come to the immigration, then it's going to be a police case. And then you might end up even in the blacklist. Blacklist meaning that you might end up being, blocked from coming to China maybe for 10 years, or 15 years, something like that. But my point is, like, if you have a student visa, if like any visa, the institution where you are in, they have a great power on it. But it's very powerful when it comes now to schools, because they are big institutions. Yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, as he just said, if you are planning to come to China and you are planning to study and then work, please don't think so, because as he said, in China it's prohibited to study and then work at the same time. So if you want to come to China and you don't have the fund, please seek for scholarship. If you have the funds to fund your education, that's okay. But if you don't have it, seek for scholarship. That is the best way. Don't think of working. Okay, so bro, so moving on. So we are done with the student visa. So moving on to the other type of visa, which is the family visa. So how is that process also done here in China?
So family visa, I will say that it's kind of a dependent visa.
Dependent visa, okay.
You can't just come in China and say, I come on a family visa without any any person. So you have to have someone either who is studying or someone who is working. And then if your spouse is working or is studying here, then you can go and apply for that visa. Okay. It can be done from outside. Okay. It can also be done from the inside of China. Okay. But normally inside is a special case. You either come when you're on a family visa, or maybe someone was working and then he doesn't want to work anymore, and then he say, okay, so I want to change to family visa. And same thing, on family visa, you are not allowed to work.
Okay, yes, you heard that.
When you're on a family visa also, you are not allowed to work. I had some friends that say, hey, I'm married to a Chinese person. So are they going really to ask me the working visa to work? Yes. They require you to have that. They say, if you're on a family visa, then you have to be at home, enjoy, eat the money, but don't go to work. So if you want to go to work, then you need to change your family visa. You completely go out of it, and then you change to the working visa.
Okay. So
that's China.
Okay, so you heard him. Student visa, you cannot work and study, and family visa, you cannot work at the same time. So, ladies and gentlemen, please do not work when you are on a family visa. Okay, so bro, so moving on from the family visa, what is another type of visa that people can also apply for in China here?
Okay, actually, I want to link this now, going from visa you can't work now to the visa that you can work. Okay, so there is another between the student visa and work visa. There is another special type of visa inside called internship visa.
Internship visa,
right? So you're a student. So we arrived. You came from your country. We told you how to arrive in China on a student visa. Now you are close to the time of graduation, and then you are looking for internship. So you can apply for internship visa. So normally these ones recently, actually, before it was not actually possible. It's just recently there's been a law that allows actually people like students to kind of like work, but they limit it, I think, to 8 hours.
8 hours a week. 8 hours a week. Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy. 8 hours a week because again, they want people to continue to value studies and then don't just go to work because you know everyone is in need of money, so they limit that. So internship visa, it's in the cooperation between your school and the immigration department in your local city. So if the school can allow you and give you that letter, and then the company has agreed to give you an official letter saying that you have been accepted to have internship, then you can go to the immigration and apply
for the
internship visa. Normally between 3 to 6 months. I think it might not exceed 6 months, and then you can get that, and it's that is allowed, right? That's allowed, and then if they pay you also, that's allowed, right? Yeah, but not just on a student visa.
All right,
Yeah, so from there then we go to working visa.
Working visa,
right?
Oh, okay.
Yes, because now if someone after internship and you graduate, you want either to create your company, do business here, or look for a job and be hired in China, right? If not, then you go home, right?
Okay.
Those are the three choices normally for the students. So if you have applied for a job, maybe either in a Chinese company here or in a foreign-owned but Chinese company here, you can also apply for the working visa. But for the working visa has another step before you arrive to the working visa called work permit.
Oh, okay.
Normally the hardest process is that one from student visa to the work visa for the first time. But what makes it difficult is to get that work permit. Okay. Because if you have the work permit, 90% of the time, 90% of the time you can get a work
visa. Okay.
Yeah, there are always exceptions sometimes, you know. So the work permit, they have these standards that they need. Normally there is A type, B type, and C type.
And what is the A type?
And A type, they are for the high level talents, like national level talents, or like at least from the provincial to the national
one,
level talents. So you have to be qualified as that talent for you to be able to apply for A type. Okay. Or you are going to be paid crazy amount of money, at least between 4 to 6 times the basic wage salary of the country. Okay. And right now the base salary is in some cities, it depends on the cities, but at least in Zhejiang I think it was 6,000. So if for foreigners, not for Chinese. For Chinese is pretty low, like 2,000 and something. Yeah, but if you're going to work to do work permit and you want to apply for A type, then you need 4 times that, or at least 4 times that, which is 24 a month. And then usually that type of amount is very high. Like, so you see, if it's from 4 to 6, right? So 6 times that will be like 36, right? Yeah. And then there are some cities also that the basic salary they put there is like kind of like 9,000. So you can imagine the 4 times and the 6 times. So normally people who apply for A type, they are those high level talents that can prove that, right? Now for the B type. In like from bachelor, someone who's finished bachelor to masters, they can apply. But also they have this standards. You know, so they have a scoring table that you have at least to hit 60 points. I can't go into details of that right now because it's kind of like it depends on the salary, how much experience you have, and then like at least 2 years of working experience if you finish bachelor's.
All right. Okay.
And then it goes into your age and how much time you even spend working in a year, right? In a year, if you say I will be working 9 months in a year or 12 months in a year, there is also points for that. And HSK also. People actually don't believe it when someone say, HSK can help you.
Okay, so for our viewers who are back home or in other countries, they don't know what is HSK. So what is HSK?
Actually in Chinese says like Han Yu Shui Ping Kao Shi. It means that it's the examination of Chinese level. Okay. So as those who are in China, I'm pretty sure they're familiar with that, right? So we have level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, level 5, level 6. And actually those are the points actually on that scale. Level 1 you get 1 point, level 2, 2 points, level 5 that's 5 points, level 6 still 5 points. So yeah, kind of that.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go for a commercial break, and after that we are going to talk about the requirement for applying for the work visa. So stay tuned and I'll be right back after this break.
大家好，今天给大家 色的哈，销量特别好，这2天销量特别好的就是白色，然后加绒的啊，有加绒的，有不加绒的，这个是里面是单款的，但是里面的面料非常好。
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Life in China on Son of Daniel TV, and today we are talking about the various types of visa here in China that a person can apply. And I want to say a very big thank you to all our subscribers. And now, Son of Daniel TV, we have about 2K subscribers, and I want to say very, very big thank you to you all who supported and who subscribed to our channel. And to those who haven't subscribed yet, please kindly subscribe, like, share, and then comment under our videos. So, bro, as I was talking about the various types of visa, we mentioned about the student visa, talked about the family visa, and we are talking about the work visa. So what are the requirements for a person to get to apply the work visa here in China?
Okay, so work visa here in China, I would say actually what requires for you to get a work permit.
Work permit,
because actually just the visa, you need the work permit and invitation letter, and other things, they are minute.
Okay.
So those 2 things, you can get a work permit visa. But the problem that's the work permit. How do you get the work permit?
It's very difficult.
Not very difficult.
Okay.
It's just it needs, you know, it needs some time, like 2 weeks sometimes, 2 weeks or 3 weeks sometimes.
Or more.
Yeah, and it needs, you know, a lot of documents. But the main ones is your degree, of course, your highest degree, bachelor, master's or PhD.
Okay.
Yes, and it needs your working experience.
Okay.
And
how many
normally
years?
2 years and above. Because if you have just 1 year, you are considered as if you don't have one.
Okay.
Because as I was telling you, the points starts from 2 years. 2 years is just like 5 points, right? And another important document is non-criminal record.
Okay.
Right? So the non-criminal record, you have to get it from home.
Okay.
You don't get the non-criminal record from
in
inside, like the local, when it's your first time to apply for the working visa. So you have to get it from home, and it should be actually stamped by your embassy. So you contact the embassy, and then they can do it for you. Some embassies actually can do it for you, and then the process will be very easy. For example, the Rwanda embassy, that one, they're very quick. You know, like 3 days or 4 days, you can directly get it, because the whole process is done online in Rwanda, right?
Yeah,
and then
good.
just the embassy takes it and stamp it, and that's it. But some other countries, then you need to get it from home, then they ship it back, and then the embassy stamps it, and then you translate it from English to Chinese, and then so that's why I advise people, if you are planning to have a working visa and you're still a student, start this process at least 3 months earlier, right? Or like, okay, let's say 2 months earlier, because also it must not be like 6, it must be valid for 6 months.
6
right?
months, okay.
Right. So you start that most of the people really, you know, fall on this. So after you have that, then that's okay. Something to add on the degree. If the degree is has been not obtained in China, then you need to notify it at your embassy. You know, the embassy should stamp, do an authorization. So it's not notify, it's notarization, right? At the embassy, and then that will be like an official document that you can use to apply for it. And then they will need a translation, which is an official translation to a professional translation. And then those are the 3 main documents usually. Other ones you already have it, like medical examination, like sometimes some reports, like the studies reports, or some it depends now again on your situation, but those are the main, that is general to everyone.
So I want to share my experience when I was trying to apply for the work visa, because I took my documents back home, and for mine, you need your bachelor, and then after getting your bachelor, you get your non-criminal record, and after that, you have to send it to the court Yes, you have to turn to the High Court. This is for those who are from Ghana. Yeah, so you have to get your degree or your highest whatever certificate, and then you get your non-criminal record, and you take these two documents to the High Court, and then from the High Court you go to the Foreign Affairs. Then from the Foreign Affairs you have to take it to the Chinese embassy.
The Chinese embassy.
Yes, you have to take it to the Chinese embassy back home to notarize it. And some people can decide to bring all the documents to China and notarize it in Ghana embassy in China. Yeah, so that is also another process that you can also go through.
Yeah, so two things. Either back home in the Chinese embassy or here your embassy.
Your embassy here in China. Yes. So that is the process that I went through when I was opening the company here in China. Okay, so now we are from the working visa. So now the last type of visa, which I want us to talk about is the business visa. So how can somebody, China is a business country, so some people would like to come to China and do business here in China. So what is the process, or can you talk something about the business visa?
Okay, so this business visa, so in these times of COVID, though, not a lot of people have been able to get the business visa because the border was closed. But for the business visa, also you can get. The difference is when you have to apply first from here with a company, and then it goes to you go to the Chinese embassy back home, then you apply. Then they give you three months to come and do your business. And then normally if those 3 months are finished, you have to go back home or change it to a different visa. It's rare to add maybe another 3 months or another 6 months to the business visa. You either have to go back home and change to a different visa or do it here in China. Again, situations are different, so I want to go into much details. And actually, if you think that all these are complicated, there are actually agents there that normally can help you
to do that.
Okay.
And with a business visa, somebody might ask, okay, so can I also work here in China permanently with this kind of business visa?
No. Okay. Like when you come with the business visa, normally you are just here for business, right? Not becoming, an employee or of that. So when you finish those 3 months, then you need to change it into either a working visa or another type of visa, right? But you can't just say, okay, I'm going to continue to work on a business visa. It won't work.
Okay. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, today's episode on Son of Daniel TV is proudly sponsored by AGAKOTI VPN, and this VPN is really good, very fast. And if you want to download this VPN, you can check on the Apple Store or the Google Play Store, and it's also affordable. Myself, I use it here and it's really helpful. Also, Son of Daniel clothing brand is also sponsoring this interview, so you can see it's really beautiful. It's very nice. The quality is very good. So if you need Son of Daniel clothing, any type, like the t-shirt, like the hoodie, like the pants, you can just check the screen and you find the numbers of Son of Daniel, and then you can contact them and then you can buy from us. Okay, so bro, about work visa, there was something that I wanted to ask. For example, if company A, if I'm being hired by company A, can I move to company B just like that to work for company B?
Okay, so that in China kind of like takes a process. You can do that, but you need first to cancel the work permit of company A, because even if company B wants to hire you, if this company A have not cancelled your work permit, the system is the same. So they won't have a way to give you work permit. With no work permit, there is no working visa. So you must make sure that your work permit in company A is cancelled. Then you can go and company B will hire you.
Okay, so let's say I know countries like the Europe countries, or maybe the America, or any part of the world. I know they can work maybe 12 hours here and then move to this place and work 1 hour here. Can we do that here in China with this kind of working visa?
In China, kind of like I may say, you can have a full-time job and maybe in other hours do another part-time. But it's kind of like you belong to the company where you have the work permit. Other ones you can still do, but they shouldn't find you in that company, being in that company.
If they find you?
If they find you and then it's not according to your work permit, because your work permit has a QR code. Anyone who scans can see your name, your picture, the company you work for, and the post you are in. So if you are in a company of tech and they find you teaching children, you are
you are dead.
You are dead. Yeah. So because sometimes people might want to teach English, and then they say, okay, so teaching English is not maybe allowed, but maybe if I have any type of working visa I can still do. I mean, you can do, but it's legal.
Okay.
Right? So the moment the police comes and they say, give us your working visa, and then they ask for working permit, and they see that the company that gave you that work permit is not the company you are in, at least maybe if the same job, you can say, I've come for business. I've come for business trip. But you can't say that you're an engineer and then now you are a teacher. You are teaching children. So there is a risk, and actually it's good that people should know about that, right? There is risk also involved, right?
Okay, so now since you are in the tech business, can other people who wants to come into the tech business, can they also apply to your company?
Yeah, of course. We are always welcoming for new employees, programmers, engineers, customer support. So we are always looking for passionate people. We value passion so much at Nether Technology. So if you are there and you want to continue your career in technology, yes, you can wait for us to publish those posts.
Okay. Most of the time you publish it online.
Yeah, we publish it online, and then people can apply. And for example, right now, open positions, they have customer support engineer, and then we have a PHP programmer. So if you are here and maybe by any chance you are listening, you can send your CV to hr@nezalab.com.
hr@nezalab.com. Alright,
yes.
Alright,
yeah. So you just refer that you from the interview of Son of Daniel.
Oh, okay. Yes, and then maybe you might get a discount or like.
Oh, no discount. Still the same sales, but we always track, where have these people gotten our information. So to know the effective communication.
So as he just said, if you want to apply, just use the promo code Son of Daniel TV, and he will sort you out. And he's a very good friend of mine, and I know he's really good at this. And bro, I want to ask one more question. If somebody wants to apply like school or maybe family visa or maybe business visa, can you also help the person get this kind of documents to apply here in China? Since you are here in China, you are talking about the types of visa, you have more knowledge about this. So can somebody contact you or something like that, and then maybe you can help him?
Okay, kind of. Okay, so actually people can contact us. My company have this kind of service, and again, it all started for me helping with people, but there is a lot of things that we are doing, and then the responsibility has become a lot. So there is an agency in my company. It's the Department of Nasal Services. So if you want any information, and then you want maybe to get a working visa, or you want to apply for a mainly working visa, right? And like for entrepreneurs and people who want to start businesses, or you want to work in a different company. So you can write to us. Maybe I can share a QR code of our company WeChat, or you can reach to our email visa@nasalab.com.
Visa@nasalab.com. Okay.
And I think you can.
Oh, definitely. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, you can check under the screen and you find the email address over there, so that you can talk to Nasalab services directly.
The visa services.
Yes. Visa services directly. Okay. So ladies and gentlemen, today I'm your host Jake Success, and this is my very good friend Chizere Pacific. Yeah, I always get the name wrong. Chizere Pacific.
Yes.
And today we talked about the types of visa, and he has said a lot. So last week he was here on our show. So if you haven't watched that show, you can check the description box and you will find that link, and then check how he started his tech company, and he said a whole lot of things which is very helpful, and it's also motivating. So guys, you can just check it out and then find the link in the description box. Okay, so my name has always been Jake Success, and today this is Chizere Pacific. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please kindly subscribe, like, share, and then comment, and follow us on Facebook, Son of Daniel TV, Instagram, Son of Daniel TV, Twitter, Son of Daniel TV, and we are going to come back to your screens next week. See you. Bye bye.